Hello students. Now I am going to explain about few problems based on this sampling distribution in a module sampling theory in the subject complex analysis, probability and statistical methods. Now we'll see the first problem. A coin is tossed 1000 times and the head turns up 540 times. Decide on hypothesis that the coin is unbiased. This is what the question. You just see here a coin is going to toss how many times? 1000 times they are going to toss. It means here n is equals to 1000. Getting the head for each and every toss, that will be 500 out of 1000 times we are getting 540 times we are getting the head. That is what success now. So now we have to check the hypothesis that a coin is unbiased. So first we have to take the hypothesis that the coin is unbiased. Now we have to think whether we have to accept this statement or not. So for that first we have to find out the p-value. For one toss we'll find out the p-value. So probability of getting head in one toss it will be 1 by 2. So if you know the value of p means easily we can find out q, that is 1 minus p is equals to 1 by 2. N they given as 1000 times. So expected number of heads in 1000 toss will be NP, that is mu value we have to find out. Mu is equals to NP. So 1000 into 1 by 2, that is 500. But actual number of heads, so that they given in the question as 540. So now we'll find out the standard normal variate value, that is x minus mu divided by sigma. So substitute mu and sigma value, we are getting z is equals to x minus np divided by square root of npq. All the values we know, you just substitute, simplify, we are getting the value is 2.53. So here 2.53 we got it. This value is less than the standard value 2.58. So it means we are going to accept the hypothesis that the coin is unbiased at 99% at 99% level of significance. Now we'll see the next problem. In 324 throws of a 6-faced die, an odd number turn up as 181 times. Is it reasonable to think that the die is an unbiased one? So first we should state the hypothesis that the die is unbiased. So we'll find out p-value for one toss, that is probability of getting the odd number. Odd number means 1, 3, 5 out of 6 chances. So 3 by 6 is 1 by 2. Of course q will be 1 minus p, that is 1 by 2. N they given in the question as 324 throws they given. Now we'll find out the expected number of odds in 324 throws will find out, that is mu is equals to np. So 324 into 1 by 2, that is 162. So actual number they given in the question as 181. So now we'll substitute in the formula z is equals to x minus np by square root of mpq. On substitution of all the given values we are getting 2.11. Even this value is also less than the standard value 2.58, that is 99% level of significance. We can conclude that the die is unbiased one. It means we are going to accept the hypothesis. Now we'll see the next problem. Result extracts reveals that in a certain school over a period of 5 years 725 students had passed and 615 students had failed here. Test the hypothesis that success and failure are in equal proportion. If we are taking P and Q, same proportion means same proportion. That is the only hypothesis. So first we have to test the hypothesis. Suppose the success and failure are in equal proportion. It means P value, Q value both are same. That is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. P is nothing but probability of success. Q is nothing but probability of failure. So here before going to anyhow in a question they given p and q are same, that is 1 by 2 1 by 2, no need to find out. So first we have to find out the total number of students. So number of students passed and failed both, if we are adding means we are getting 725 plus 615, we are getting 1340 students. This is what our n value. Now we'll find out the expected number of success, that is mu is equals to np 1340 into 1 by 2. We are getting 670. But in a question the given observed number of success is 725. So substitute these value in the formula of standard normal variate. Z is equals to x minus np divided by square root of npq. So on substitution all these values we are getting 3.005, which is greater than the 2.58 standard value. So it means we are going to reject the hypothesis that success and failure are equal. That statement we are going to reject. Now we'll see the next problem. In a sample of 500 men, it was found that 60% of them had overweight. What can be inferred about the proportion of people having overweight in the population? So probability of person having overweight, that is P, is they given as in terms of percentage they given 60% means 60 by 100, that is 0.6. So P value they given, Q easily we can find out, that is 0.4, and N value is total number of persons we are going to consider as 500. So N value, P value, Q value if we know means easily we can find out that. So proportion we can find out, it means probable limits they asked us to find out. So formula is P plus or minus 2.58 square root of PQ divided by N. All the values we have to substitute. On simplification 0.6 plus or minus 0.0565 is there. Plus or minus, so plus you go for addition first, then you go for subtraction. So by subtraction we are getting 0.5435 and 0.6565, that is by addition. So we can conclude that probable limits of people having overweight is 54.35% to 65.65%. Next problem we'll see now. Here, to know the mean weight of all 10-year-old boys in Delhi, a sample of 225 was taken. The mean weight of the sample was found to be 67 pounds with standard deviation of 12 pounds. What can we infer about the mean weight of the population? So here sample, mean and then standard deviation they given us 67 and then 12. Sample size will be 225. So we know the value of sigma, x bar and then L. With both 95% and 99% confidence limits we can find out. The formula will be x bar plus or minus 1.96 into sigma divided by root 10 for this 95% confidence limits. For this 99%, the formula will be x bar plus or minus 2.58 sigma divided by square root of n. We have sigma divided by square root of n, first we'll find out, that is 0.8. Now by substitution in the formula we are getting, for 95% we are getting 65.432 and 68.568. Similarly for 99% we are getting the confidence limits as 64.936 and 69.064. We can say that 95% confidence that the mean weight of the population lies between 65.432 pounds and 68.568 pounds. Similarly, for 99 confidence we can say that the mean weight lies between 64.9 pounds to 69.1 pounds. Thank you. So still many problems we can solve based on like this we can solve. Here only few problems only I discussed here. Thank you.